Hey, welcome to the frickin' video.
I am Groot,
I am Dave.
and I'm Dirk.
Yeah, so this is our second hero review for Galaxy's Most Wanted, Rocket Racoon.
And so, before we get started, I just wanted to point out this card perfectly exemplifies the character build that two of the Guardian characters love: Rocket and Venom. Bunch of guns stacked.
Yeah. All right, yeah, so we got a couple cards from some content creators when we were at Con Heroes, so that's what you're seeing on the screen right now. But let's take a look at what Rocket can do.
So, Rocket Racoon, in his alter ego form, he is a genius outlaw. So, if you've only seen the movies, you might not realize that, but he is a genius. Read the comics, you'll find out. But he is smart, and he's got a smart ass.
And Iron Man's only considered a genius on Earth.
Yes, but he has 3 recovery, and he has, as an action, he can tinker to choose and discard a tech upgrade you control to draw 2 cards, limit once per round.
Okay. Then we got Rocket Racoon. Okay, sure, we can do it this way so people can see the art.
Oh yeah,
Oops. Okay. Yeah. So he's got 2 thwart, 1 attack, 1 defense. He's got a hand size 5, 9 hit points. He's a guardian. Murdered you. Response. After you deal excess damage to an enemy, draw a card, and it's not limit once per turn. So he loves minions and he loves to overkill them.
yeah, and his favorites are small minions and a lot of them, but he'll take the bigger ones too.
Right. Yeah. So like Ultron, look out.
Oh no, kidding. All right, so his first hero card here is I've Got a Plan. There's 2 copies of this. It's a 1-cost tactic event. As a hero response, after you make a basic thwart, then you can ready Rocket, and he gets +1 thwart while in hero form until the end of the phase.
I read the flavor text.
Oh, the flavor text is, nah, I thought it'd be funny. Was it funny?
I got it. It's like, quit. Give me that arm. All right. So then we got 2 copies of Reload. So it's a 1-cost event. Ready each tech upgrade you control. Now, Rocket has got a bunch of guns, and his guns are a little unique because they don't go away when he runs out of charges because he does not have the uses keyword. So, but this particular card lets you ready them again. And
Yeah, because I do think all of his guns actually exhaust to use them.
yeah, and I don't know if I can read this. Me, I don't really care about people. Man,
I spend most of my time shooting at them.
I spend most of my time shooting at them. Yeah, I cannot read with this poor lighting here.
All right, then he's got Schadenfreude. It's a 2-cost event. As a hero action, until the end of the turn, you can heal 2 damage from Rocket each time you deal an amount of deal any amount of damage to an enemy. So it does not even have to be excess in this case. Even your basic basic 1 attack would still trigger this. So it'll heal 2 damage every time you deal damage to an enemy.
So yeah, so like cards like melee or what is it, beat 'em up, that does, where you could just like hit, defeat all these Ultron drones or something, man.
Now all you got to do is figure out a way to give him flying, so he can use dive bombs.
A flying raccoon.
Yep. Hey, they've got flying squirrels.
Yeah, they do.
They have flying possums.
Yeah.
Those guys are possums.
Okay. All right. Then we got a resource card. This is kind of this is, I think, might have been the first hero with different resource types on their resources. Salvage.
I think you're right.
I think it's a mental and a wild. And after you spend this card to put a tech upgrade from your discard, after you spend this card, put a tech upgrade from your discard pile on top of your deck. So this is pretty nice because you could use the tech to help pay for whatever card you're paying for, and then put that card on top of your deck.
Yeah, if I remember right, this was the first card outside of fan content that I had seen with that. Right, then we've got battery packs. So there are 2 copies of this. It is a 1-cost upgrade. It is a tech item, so you can use one of those resources to put on the top of the deck after you've used it. But it enters play with 2 charge counters on it. And as an action, you can exhaust the battery pack to move a charge counter from this card to another tech upgrade you control. Again, like Dave said, it doesn't use them, it moves them, so it doesn't go away when it's done.
Right, it's great.
But
The store charges and move them around.
And we do have a way later coming up to utilize that.
All right. Then we got Cybernetic Skeleton. It's a 2-cost upgrade. You get +3 hit points. And while in hero form, Rocket Racoon gets +1 attack. So he is a 2/1/1 normally. So this would make him a 2/2/1. All right. And now the first of his guns.
Now, Particle Cannon. It's a 3-cost upgrade. It is a tech weapon. It is a restricted card. So, you do have to be careful of that. But we've got ways around that. It enters play with 2 charge counters on it. And as a hero action, you can exhaust the cannon, remove a charge counter from it to deal 4 damage to an enemy. The attack gets overkill and ranged.
And you'll notice it does not have the uses keyword.
Yes.
So when it runs out of charges, it does not go away. In a way, it's kind of like War Machine's guns.
Yep.
All right, so we got Rocket Launcher, 3-cost upgrade. It's a tech weapon. This is also restricted, and it comes with 2 charges. Exhaust a rocket launcher, remove a charge from it, choose a player, deal 2 damage to the villain, and each minion engage with that player. And this is a great use of that Schadenfreude card. Yeah.
Which is this one.
Yeah. So you pick a player that's got like a bunch of little minions on them and use the rocket launcher and go nuts.
And so I guess we mentioned the restricted, but we didn't say what it does. So for anybody who doesn't know, restricted means that you are limited to 2 restricted cards for a hero.
Right. And Rocket's kit here, comes with 4 of them.
Yeah, so these are Rocket's pistols, so it's a 1-cost upgrade. These are restricted. It enters play with 3 charge counters on it. It's a tech weapon, and you can exhaust the Rocket pistols to exhaust and remove 1 charge counter from it to deal 2 damage to an enemy.
And so they 2 copies of it.
Yep.
So yeah, he comes in with 4 restricted cards, and you're only allowed to have 2. All right, and you blurred that. See that?
No, it's blurry again.
It's still blurry. Come on.
No, not again. It was clear for a second.
There we go. Okay. So we got Thruster Boots. It's a 1-cost upgrade. While in hero form, Rocket Racoon gets +1 thwart and gains the aerial trait.
So there's what was it we were talking about? Flying raccoons and dive bomb? Here you go.
There you go. And he would have a 3 thwart as well. So yeah, now you could use dive bomb with him, which I don't think we included.
We did not include it. We did not include aerial cards. If you want to see aerial cards, we've got in our Angel video. We have we go over a lot of the aerial cards and different combinations you can do with those. But Crisis on Half World is his obligation. So you give it to the Rocket player. You can flip over to Alter Ego, and you can exhaust to remove this from the game. Or if you choose not to, or you cannot, then you discard the highest cost upgrade you control. And if you did not discard an upgrade, it gains Surge. Either way, you'll discard this card.
All right. His Nemesis minion is Blackjack O'Hare, 1-cost scheme. 1 scheme, 1 attack, 3 hit points. He's a criminal, comes in quick strike. He's got villainous, and he's Rocket Racoon's Nemesis minion.
Right, then Vendetta, because of course Blackjack has a vendetta against Rocket, so it's a side scheme with 2 threat per player. It comes in with a amplify icon on it, and oh wow, there's nothing else special to this. Wow, okay.
This was like
just an amplify.
I think this is like the introduction of amplify.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah,
I think it was, and it came in with 2 threat per player.
I said that.
Did you? Okay.
Yep.
Then we got Blackjack's Bazooka attached to Blackjack O'Hare. If you cannot, you give it to the villain. You can spend 3 mental to get rid of it, and it gives the target +2 attack.
Right, then you've got Planetary Invasion. You've got 2 copies of this one. It is the treachery for this, but when revealed, you discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until you discard a minion. You reveal that minion and give it a tough status card. So this one brings out minions. Now, I'm not necessarily sure that's the worst thing in the world with Rocket. I'm going to be really honest. That treachery did not feel the worst in the world to me.
All right. So Rocket did not come with a signature ally, but he does have a team up card. And who does he team up with?
I am Groot.
Yep. So we got I am Groot. He's a 3-cost ally, 1 thwart to attack with 2 consequential, 6 hit points. He's a guardian. Play only if your identity has a guardian trait. And after Groot defends against an attack, heal 2 damage from him. So if you have a minion that does 2 or less damage per attack, you could just pretty much lock that minion up with Groot. And Groot will just fully heal after.
Yeah, you just hold that minion until you're ready to deal with
Until you're ready to deal with him, right? Yeah. And then we got a team up card.
So Flora and Fauna is the team up. It is a 1-cost event. As a hero action, you get to put 2 growth counters on Groot and ready him, or place 2 charge counters on a rocket upgrade and ready that upgrade. So this is a way, if you've got one of the upgrades and you used all your charge counters, you can put new ones on it, or you can put additional ones on ones that already have it.
Or if you're teaming up with the Groot hero, then and it's like, I don't really want to go to alter ego, so here I'll give you 2 growth counters.
Yep.
So that works really great. Now Rocket is a guardian. There's quite a few guardian allies. We went over the guardian allies in the Groot hero review, so please check out that video if you want to see more information on guardian allies, especially Yondu.
He might be one of the better ones for a guardian build.
All right, but then we've got just quite a few cards in different aspects. So the first one
we've got here is Firepower. Now, this is one of the newer cards that came out with, I think Bucky had it, but it's a 1-cost attack event. As a hero action, you can exhaust up to 3 weapon upgrades you control. And for each upgrade exhausted this way, you can choose an enemy, deal 3 damage to it, and the attacks gain ranged.
Right. There's a great use of using the guns when they're out of charges.
Or if you want to preserve the charges to use later.
Yeah.
Works either way.
All right. Then we got Full Body Charge. It's a 4-cost event. Deal 8 damage to an enemy. And if your hero's remaining hit points are less than half your hero's starting hit points, the attack gains overkill.
So now, why this one's really good with Rocket, even though it's not using any of his weapons or stuff, his Murdered You does not require you to actually use an upgrade to do it. It's anytime you deal the damage, so it even counts with the events.
Yeah, and he only has 9 hit points too.
Yep.
So there's that as well.
All right, then we've got Fusillade. Fusillade's a 2-cost attack event. You can exhaust a weapon upgrade you control, deal 5 damage to an enemy. Very similar to Firepower. It allows you to use the weapons that don't have charge counters any longer, or preserve them.
All right, then we got Into the Fray, a 3-cost event. Deal 6 damage to a minion, and each point of excess damage dealt by this attack removes a threat from the scheme. So in addition to drawing a card for exceeding the health of the minion, and doing damage to the villain, oh no, this doesn't do damage to the villain, but this would remove threat though, so that's nice. So it's like overkill without,
but it's overkill to the scheme,
right? But you still get the card draw.
All right, then. So since Rocket really does actually love to attack minions, Looking for Trouble is a great card for him. It's 0-cost thwart event. So you can discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until you discard a minion. You put the minion into play engage with you and remove 3 threat from the main scheme.
All right. Then we got Mean Swing. It's a 0-cost event. When your hero makes a basic attack, you can exhaust a weapon upgrade on your hero, and your hero gets +3 attack for this attack. So again, this is if one of your weapons is out of ammo or you don't want to spend the ammo, there's a way to do extra damage.
Yeah, now Rocket doesn't he's not as dependent on his basic attack as some of the other characters, but that way it's still a great use of his basic attacks. Then we've got Moment of Triumph. It's a 0-cost event. So after a hero attacks and defeats an enemy, you heal 1 damage to your hero for each point of excess damage dealt to that enemy by the attack. So again, this works really well if you do any amount of excess damage whenever you play, and then you play this. So you're not only drawing the card, but now you're also getting the healing from it as well. So basically, I think it's very similar to Schadenfreude. Yeah, so you use that in conjunction with Schadenfreude. That's really great. Right, Relentless Assault is a 2-cost attack event. A hero action, you can deal 5 damage to a minion, and if you paid for the card using Strength, then the attack gains Overkill. So then your excess damage actually gets to go over to the ally, and you'll still get to the villain, and you'll still get to draw a card.
All right, then we got Spoiling for a Fight. 0-cost event. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until you discard a minion. Put that minion into play. Engage with you. Ready your hero.
We've got Lock and Load. So this is a player side scheme. It's a 1-cost side scheme. It comes in with 2 threat per player. When defeated, each player may search their deck and discard pile for a weapon upgrade with a cost of 3 or less and put it into play and then shuffle.
We got Hall of Heroes, 2-cost support. After you defeat a minion, you get to place a glory counter here. And then as an alter ego action, you can exhaust Hall of Heroes and remove 3 glory counters to draw 3 cards.
To draw 3 weapons.
3 cards.
Yeah. All right. Then, so now this is one you got. This one will take a little bit of setup here because it's a shield sidearm. It's a 1-cost weapon upgrade. But this one does require a shield character. So you attach it to a shield character, limit 1 per character. It comes in with 3 ammo counters, but as an interrupt, when the attached character makes a basic attack, exhaust the shield sidearm or remove a counter from it to deal 1 damage to the enemy. Now, so this one does not help Rocket directly as far as being able to attach it to him. But if you get a shield character out, and you're probably going to want to do one of the ones that stick around. I mean, yeah, you can play it on Nick or something like that, but you're probably going to want to use a shield character that's going to stick around a little bit like War Machine. But it gives you an additional weapon upgrade that can be exhausted for things like the Fusillade or the Mean Swing or anything like that, or for other cards that are coming.
All right, and to continue with this War Machine ally idea, so I just threw him out here just for reference. But he's a 4-cost ally, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit points, armored shield, tough, and when he makes a basic attack, his basic attacks gain range. But another card that could be useful in conjunction to the shield sidearm is Bambino. 3-cost upgrade attached to a shield character. While attached to an identity, it gains restricted, but so you don't attach it to Rocket, you attach it to War Machine. But when the attached character makes a basic attack, you can remove an ammo counter from it, and the attack deals 3 additional damage and overkill. Now, you don't get the card draw if War Machine, say, for example, would do the overkill, but if you're a little overwhelmed with minions, then that is a great way to or soften up a big minion. So.
Yeah, now it is an expensive combination to play, but it is actually a pretty good combination because, again, he comes in with toughness. He can deal now, 5 damage with ranged and overkill. And it gives you a weapon that you can exhaust for one of the other cards. Right? Okay, so then back to Rocket's weapons. So hand cannon. So this is a 2-cost upgrade. It is a restricted one again. But it comes in with 3 charge counters. As a hero interrupt, when your hero makes a basic attack, you can exhaust the hand cannon, remove a charge counter from it, and your hero gets +2 for that attack, and it gains overkill.
All right. Then we got Marked. It's a 0-cost upgrade attached to a minion, max 1 per minion, and attacks against the minion gain overkill. So this is really nice to so while you defeat the minion, you're getting your card draw, but then any excess damage is going to go to the villain. So that's pretty nice.
All right, and then we've got Suppressing Fire. So it's a 0-cost upgrade. You attach this one to a minion, max 1 per minion. But when you attack and defeat the minion, you heal 2 damage from your hero. So this is another way that Rocket can actually heal without going into alter ego.
Okay, so now aggression is like probably his main aspect where he's going to shine, but you could still come up with some interesting builds in other aspects as well. And justice is probably his second, my guess. But so for here we got Think Fast. It's a 1-cost event. Play only if your identity has the Guardian trait. You can take a damage to confuse the villain.
Great. Next, we've got Brains Over Brawn. So this is a 2-cost attack event. So after your hero makes a basic thwart, deal damage to an enemy equal to your hero's thwart.
Yeah, so he has a basic 2 thwart, and then
there are ways to increase that.
Yeah, there's that one card that gives him +1, and then you put Heroic Intuition. But Justice has some other attacks. So we got Concussive Blow, 3-cost event. you can confuse an enemy, and if you paid for this using a strength resource, deal 3 damage to that enemy. And if that turned around and defeated the enemy, then you get to draw a card.
Right. Then we've got Stealth Strike. So Stealth Strike is a 3-cost attack event. You deal 4 damage to an enemy, and if that enemy is defeated by this attack, you remove 2 threat from a scheme, and in Rocket's case, you'll draw a card.
Yep. And of course, you're going to be playing Justice events if you're playing Justice, but Turn the Tide here is a 0-cost event after your hero thwarts and removes all threat from a scheme, deal 3 damage to an enemy. So again, you could clear a side scheme maybe, and then you do 3 points damage to a minion, and you get to turn around and draw a card if you defeat him.
Then we've got, so Prism Dust is a 1-cost upgrade, but importantly, it is a tech upgrade. It's preparation. After a minion enters play, discard Prism Dust, confuse that enemy, and deal 2 damage to it.
Right. Okay. And then we got a Sonic Rifle. It's a 3-cost upgrade, restricted, uses 2 charge counters, exhaust Sonic Rifle and remove 1 charge counter from it, confuse an enemy, take 3 damage, deal 3 damage to the enemy instead if it's already confused. Now, kind of a nice use of this card, although it's a little spindy maybe, but is you confuse the villain and then you flip down so he's not going to scheme against you, and then you tinker to draw cards in your alter ego.
Yep.
So that's the whole point of all these tech cards. All right, then we're going to move to leadership.
So for leadership, first one we got here is Welcome Aboard. It's a 0-cost event. Play on only if you have the Guardian trait, but max 1 per round. You reduce the resource cost of the next ally played this phase by 2.
Okay. Then we got Blaze of Glory. It's a 2-cost event, max 1 per round. Each Guardian character gets +2 thwart, +2 attack this phase. And at the end of the phase, deal 1 damage to each Guardian character. Now, this is really nice if you got, multiplayer Guardian team. You play this first, and the other players' Guardians can do it as well. Gets the bonus as well.
Right, then we've got Guardians of the Galaxy. So this is a 2-cost support. It's a team card, max 1 team card per player. You can play it under any player's control, but if each of their characters has the Guardian trait, that player or this card gains after you play an upgrade as a response. If you play an upgrade on an ally, you can draw a card. So this is great for leadership because then you can draw cards whenever you're playing the upgrades on your allies.
So if you're doing this with the War Machine strategy, make sure you make him an honorary Guardian.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right. Then we got some upgrades for allies that are tech-centric. So we got comms implants, 1-cost upgrade, attached to a Guardian ally. The attached ally gets +1 thwart and +1 hit point. And so gaining thwart on upgrades is pretty rare. So this is a kind of nice. You can put it on Yondu, sure, but he's going to take consequential.
Then we've got Laser Blast here. So Laser Blast is a
blaster.
Laser Blaster is a 1-cost upgrade. It's a tech weapon. You can attach it to a Guardian ally, max 1 per ally. So the attached ally gets +1 attack, and its attacks gain overkill.
All right. Now this one's you would have to attach to an Avenger ally. So this doesn't work with Yondu. Unless you're teaming up with an Avenger and that person makes Yondu an honorary Avenger,
or include other Avengers in your deck,
or you just put this on Iron Man, the Iron Man ally or something, or War Machine for that matter, because War Machine is Avenger shield. Yes. So Power Glove is a 1-cost upgrade, attached to an Avenger ally, max 1 per ally. After attached ally attacks or thwarts, deal 1 damage to an enemy.
Then we've got the Reinforced Suit. So this is a 1-cost upgrade. It's an armor tech. Attached to an ally, max 1 per ally. Attached ally gets +2 hit points.
Okay. Then for protection, we got Spider Bite. 3-cost ally, 2 thwart, 1 attack, 2 hit points. She's a web warrior. Reduce the cost to play Spider Bite by 1 for each tech card you control. And I believe his guns are tech cards too, aren't they?
Yes, I'm pretty sure they are all techs. Let's see. His battery packs are tech. Yes. His skeleton is tech. All of his guns are tech. So he's got plenty of tech cards.
Because of his tinker ability. Yeah.
Now, repurpose. So this is a very good card for Rocket. In fact, this makes Rocket's love protection here. But you can discard a tech upgrade you control, ready your hero, and choose thwart, attack, or defense. Until the end of the round, your hero gets plus X to the chosen power, where X is equal to the upgrade's printed cost. So this is something he can use. So he tinkers when he goes into alter ego, but while he's in hero form, he can repurpose.
Yeah. All right, then we have Shake It Off. It's a 1-cost event. It's a skill. After a Guardian character takes any amount of damage from an attack, give that character a tough status card.
Right, of course, electrostatic armor. It's a 1-cost upgrade. People tend to love this for protection builds, anyways. But Rocket really likes the fact that it's a tech upgrade. It's an armor. Play under any player's control, max 1 per player. But after you defend against an attack, deal 1 damage to the attacking character.
Now, you're not really going to do perfect defense with Rocket because he's got a 1 defense. But, you can still play with the tech cards, the tech card portion of it anyways. So here we got an energy barrier, 2-cost upgrade, uses 3 reflection counters. When you would take any amount of damage, remove a reflection counter from here, prevent 1 of that damage, and deal 1 damage to the enemy.
Now, for timing, one thing you gotta be careful of whatever you're using Rocket. If you're using like the repurpose or even his tinker or anything on these, they do still have to have 1 counter left, because otherwise, when they use the last counter, because it uses them, they go to your discard pile. So you need to repurpose or tinker before that last counter's gone.
All right, then we got Energy Shield. It's a 0-cost upgrade. Attached to a character, max 1 per character. When attached character would take any amount of damage, you can spend X energy to prevent X of that damage. Now, this is not very useful for repurpose, but you could go down and tinker and get rid of it.
Yeah, this is a great one for tinker.
But it also is a great one just to keep them alive if you've got energy resources.
Yep. All right, then we've got Force Field Generator. So this is a 3-cost upgrade. Uses 6 energy counters, max 1 per player. But as a forced interrupt, when you would take any amount of damage, you can remove that many energy counters from here. And for each energy counter removed this way, you prevent 1 of that damage.
Okay. And then the last protection card we got here is Stun Gun. It's a 2-cost upgrade, restricted, uses 2 charge counters, exhausts the stun gun, and remove 1 or 2 counters from it. If you remove 1 counter, you get to stun a minion. If you remove 2 counters, then you get stun the villain. Now, if you remove 2 counters, then this would go away. You couldn't tinker. But if you could just spend 1, you could stun the minion, and then you could flip down and tinker, or you could use your repurpose.
Yep. All right, then. So on the basics here, the first card we've got is the CITT. It's a 2-cost support. It's a vehicle. So you exhaust the CITT and spend 2 resources of any type to ready a Guardian character. So that can be a character that you control, one of your hero or one of your allies, or it could be a Guardian that's another character controls. The next card we've got here is Gemma Simmons. Gemma Simmons is a 3-cost support. She is a shield persona, and she reduces her cost by 2 if you have the shield trait. Now, you don't have the shield trait, so you're not getting to take advantage of that. But you can exhaust, once you've got her in play, you can exhaust her, generate a wild resource for a tech card. And since Rocket's going to be playing a lot of tech cards, she's worth the 3 cost for that.
Okay. Then we got Nowhere. It's a 2-cost support. Play only if your identity has a Guardian trait. Increase your ally limit by 1. And then after a player plays a Guardian ally, you can exhaust Nowhere, and that player draws a card.
And that player does not have to be a Guardian for you to do that. It's just you have to be the Guardian to play it.
And all your allies don't have to be Guardians, which most of those kind of cards say everybody has to be in it.
All right, and then to go along here with Gemma, so you've got the other half of Fitzsimmons here, Leo Fitz. He's a 3-cost shield persona support. And again, he also reduced the cost by 2 if you have the shield trait. You're not going to really be taking advantage of that. But as an alter ego action, so whenever you can exhaust him, search your deck for a tech and add it to your hand. So, of course, in conjunction with your tinkering ability here, so you can discard the tech upgrade, draw 2 cards, then you can, there was another card, I forget which one it was, that you can put that back into your deck, and then you can turn around and use Fitz to put it back into your hand.
Right. But even without having going that complicated, uh, you could just exhaust fits. You have to search your deck, not discard pile. But you could grab a tech card, put it in your hand, and then turn around and I guess you have to play it. So
Yeah, you do have to pay for it.
You do have to pay for it. But like energy barrier was 0.
Or Gemma helps you pay for it.
Yeah, or Gemma can help you pay for it. You got it out, and then you can turn around and draw 2 cards. So this is a great way to get some extra cards out of the deal.
Yep. Then we've got team building exercise, a 2-cost support. So this one, you can exhaust team building exercise. You play a card from your hand that shares a trait with your hero, reducing its cost by 1.
Okay. And we got booster boots. Play only if your character has a guardian trait, max 1 per player. When you would take any amount of damage from an attack, you can exhaust booster boots, discard the top card of your deck to prevent 1 of that damage. Now, kind of a weird thing I just thought of. I don't know if it's worth it, but a card to consider to put in your deck maybe would be Digging Deep, because if you're going to be using booster boots a lot.
Yeah, Digging Deep would be a good one. White Fox would also work.
Yeah. But
Digging
that would be if you're leaning hard on the booster boots strategy.
Well, not only that, Digging Deep also gives you a wild resource, which you can use to pay for like the several different things that require colors.
Right.
So then one thing about it here, again, so where is he? Rocket has the genius trait while he's in alter ego form. So ingenuity works for him because you can only play this one if you have the genius trait. So you do have to be an alter ego to play it. It's a 2-cost upgrade. It's a skill, but you can exhaust this to generate a mental resource.
All right. And we got Plasma Pistol here. It's a 2-cost upgrade. Restricted, max 2. Restricted per player. Uses 3 charges. Exhaust Plasma Pistol and remove 1 charge counter from it to deal 1 damage to an enemy. Now, this isn't as cost effective, but it is another tech, and it is something you can tinker with. So you could use a couple charges, but it's nice to pop Tufts off. But the big thing is you probably want to either repurpose it or tinker it.
Yeah, and the great thing about this one is since it's in basic, you can use it in any aspect. So it allows you to fill out your arsenal.
And our final card.
Our final card is a very important card for Rocket. In fact, it's so important, it's got him on the artwork. So it's a 0-cost upgrade, the Side Holster. It's an item. You can play it under any player's control, max 1 per player, but you can control 1 additional weapon upgrade that has the restricted keyword to it.
Yeah. So like normally you can only have 2 restricted. This will allow you to have 3. And yeah. And since Rocket's on the art, you have to use it.
Yes, it's Rocket. You want to use this one anyways.
All right. Well, anyway, so that was our look at Rocket. And we'll be continuing our tour of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
A tour of the galaxy with the Guardians.
Yep, the Galaxy's Most Wanted wave. Thank you for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe.
And if you want to see new content by us, go ahead and hit that notification bell down there, and you'll get alerts whenever we post new videos. All right? See ya.